Okay, we're at your favorite place, the Shamrock Food Fest Expo Extravaganza Extraordinaire. So what are you most excited for?
Because I like to sample all the food and see all the things. I've been here before with my previous restaurant, so we got invited. I was like, so I'm very excited to go in. It's just fun. It's just a whole experience.
So I see you've got your bag.
I do.
I've got my bag.
Coaching it like I've been there.
Yep. So the goal is to fill this bag and show everybody on the podcast what we came back with, what goodies we got, and fill our bellies.
Yeah. Oh, you easily fill your belly. There's all meat, vegetables, fruits, juice, coffee, tea, like all the things. It's gonna be so fun.
Okay. Well, our destination is right down there, so let's go. Welcome to another episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer. I didn't know we had a 5-second countdown. I was ready 5 seconds. And then it was like, wait. Trying out some new tech today. We'll see how this goes. Yeah. It's either going to go or it's not going to go, but we'll just keep trying new stuff out. We will be the world's guinea pigs.
Sure.
Now, before we started the show, you were talking about OnlyFans. And we're not going to go where people think that we think we wanted to go.
I've never been on it. I don't know what it is, really. I just think I hear things. I'm like, I'm not going to go there.
Melissa was asking if, she goes, well, I don't really know what OnlyFans is. Like, I know what OnlyFans is. I don't know what OnlyFans is. And you'd also mentioned about podcasts, how I don't think they're like dirty podcasts or whatever. And you said, well, isn't that what OnlyFans is for? Again, don't know.
Just hear things and I'm like, yeah, too scary for me to try to find out. So whatever.
You know what OnlyFans should be, though, is it should have OnlyFans pages of like people teaching you how to cook different recipes, like a grandma on there.
But honestly, that's what I thought it was. And then I started seeing what people would comment. I'm like, I'll get there because that seems like that would be really cool. But maybe that's what YouTube is a giant channel of people who are fans of different things. So
yeah. So if you only had to keep one social media, what would it be? Would it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube? What would you pick?
I mean, I'm just starting to use TikTok and I'm having fun. It plays into my creativity and my creative side where I get to do fun stuff and I'm trying to learn how to use it. It's taken me a little bit, but I use Facebook the most. But I think if I was using them all the same, I think it would be easy for me to want to use TikTok, but I don't think I could only use TikTok.
See, if I had to get rid of all of them and there's only one I could use, it would be YouTube. Because it's a go-to for everything.
I guess so.
You have everything from your cat videos, your music videos,
I guess so,
to your how-to videos, to podcasts, stuff like that, and TV. On there too. I mean, you can watch sports and stuff on that.
Okay.
I've convinced you.
You've brought me over.
I'm going to bring it up on the road trip as well next week and see if you remember.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go from there on that one. And let's see, what was I going to bring up? Okay, so we were talking about that and then that. Okay, Shamrock. We went to Shamrock Expo.
Yeah, I did.
All right, so tell everybody what the Shamrock Food Expo is. Just wrap it up in like 60-ish seconds.
Well, I think it is a way for Shamrock to have different booths and to display all the different foods they have available, paper products, business products. It could be to store it, to carry it, to cook it, stuff like that. So they sit there and they cook different. They have different booths where you've got the milk and they might serve tacos or ice cream.
You don't need to know that yet, but what's the general purpose of?
I think it's so if you're having a restaurant or you want to try something, it gives you a chance to see if you want to use it. To me, I think it's so you can have a chance to decide if you want to use a product in your business and you can get a discount at this show, the vendors that you get I don't remember what exactly the discount is, but I don't know if it's the featured booths that you have to check into, or if it bases it off of your most, or I don't actually know. So I need to ask that question. But you end up with 90 days of getting a discount on certain things.
Okay, so I had no idea what to expect. I was just told that there was food, and then you mentioned milk. So I thought there was going to be like lots of milk.
Meat and milk, those were the two things that I was going for. The rest is just gravy.
I literally thought, because you've gone year after year and never told me what it was, never invited me.
Not on you. It would be Wednesday day. You would have been working anyway. I think you would have been working. It's fine.
Yeah, well, I need a break.
Well,
So we took a rare
I know that now.
Wednesday off and went to Shamrock Food Expo Extravaganza Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire. You know.
And there was thousands of people there.
I hadn't been in a few years. There were a lot of people. I was like, wow, this feels like way more than when I used to come. So, and it gets busy. I mean, it's a big deal.
So we were invited by a Shamrock rep to go, and they gave us badges of different people to get credits and stuff for people that
It helps.
couldn't show up.
Yeah, it helps them.
Yeah. So that's what we did, is we went around the different booths and we had them scan our badges. And in the meantime, with all the other booths, we got to sample. So
Yeah,
right when you walk in the main doors, the very first setup was Mexican, Hispanic food galore, just aisles of
It smells.
salsa and burritos and
Oh, okay.
yeah, any kind of Mexican dish you could imagine, dipping sauces, everything.
It's a whole thing.
Shamrock had everything from, I was trying to describe it to somebody earlier today, everything from this is stuff that could help you stock your convenience store, your fast food or fast takeout kind of restaurant, up to fine dining. It hit the whole gamut.
Yeah.
So it kind of blew me away. And what I didn't expect is all the different varieties of stuff. I legit thought it was going to be like, here's your milk, here, try some meat, and we're going to have some talky talk stuff, and that's going to be it. No, it flat blew me away. So we immediately tried Mexican, and you were telling me to slow down, which I was not listening to.
Nope.
Because I'd never been before. I didn't know.
I tried to say, you're going to want to slow down.
We got there 10 minutes late from it opening up.
Yeah.
So, but
It's
anyway.
fine. Didn't matter. It's open all day.
Yeah. Then the rep's wife told us that you need to actually go to it meet first, because it opens at 9 a.m., right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's 9 a.m. She goes, about 10:30, the meat lines are going to be insane.
Yeah, I didn't disagree. I said those were the first two things we needed to hit and then deal with it from there.
I'm like, meat lines? All right, whatever. So we go, it's like gourmet setups of all these different, like appetizer size portions of everything. But oh my gosh, it was like top of the line, everything. And I took photos, video. We'll see how my editing skills, if I can add this in, or it'll be posted in my social anyway. But there was, oh my gosh, the burger with the special sauce it had on it.
I don't even like cheese on my burgers ever, but I was like, oh, it looks really good. And it's probably the best burger I've ever had. It was so good.
If you know anything about Melissa and I, is that we're pretty much game for any kind of tourist trap, any kind of expo of, we could be about whatever, and we'll be like, oh, it's the best thing ever, that we're going to have to go and enjoy it. So that we should call it Meat Fest.
We just have fun.
Yeah. So they did actually have, so we hit the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Right before we hit the meat, though, we hit the Shamrock milk thing, because they had milk and they had protein milk, and the protein milk, I guess, runs out. But this was the best part. And remember, it was August when we went. The best part was I got to have eggnog.
You did. I hadn't even really
eggnog.
I hadn't even really taken that in, and it was good.
Yeah. So I went back for a few
good.
different samples of that. They had a coffee with caramel in. I'm not a coffee person, but I kept drinking that because I'm like, They got to keep the energy up. They had protein, milk, and I don't ever drink regular milk. You know, so my body was like, whatever the next day on that. But I drank because I drank a lot of milk. But it was good. I had everything from strawberry protein milk to I had a cookies and cream.
I haven't tried the cookies and cream yet.
Yeah, the cookies and cream was so good.
I'm gonna try that.
Vanilla's always sound. Yeah, so it was a little bit of everything there. And then we had the meat.
And we did.
Then we realized we need to get the stamp stuff done, and then I wasn't paying attention, and we had to go back through again because I hadn't done any of mine. We don't.
I didn't know, right?
Yeah, and let's see. Then we started hitting the individual aisles of stuff there, and they had, like I said, they had aisles where it was just convenience store stuff. What was cool is you could get samples of everything. Of a lot, I should say a lot of things. You get samples of stuff. And you could try, like, there was food to eat everywhere. It's like, this is how stupid it got. I'd be like, I'm so full. And then 3 minutes later, I've had 4 more samples of stuff. I felt so bad later. We'll get to that later. But we went through, had cookies and everything else. And it was funny because I walked by some stuff missing it somehow because I think we were hitting one side and not looking at the other side because we weren't zigzagging back and forth. We hit Italian. They had Italian there, which we didn't get a lot of Italian. I think by then we were just kind of full and stuff. They had a gourmet section, so that was kind of cool. So like our friends that were with us, they were sampling oils. You know, the different oils for dipping and stuff.
Oh, it matters. I didn't do that. I should have done.
Well, because they had again, you had bread isn't just bread. Bread is heavily processed bread with 1,000 ingredients in it, down to they had the gourmet breads, which is the 4 or 5 simple ingredients to make bread. And so they had that as well to choose from. And it looked phenomenal. But honestly, when we walked by the bread, I was so full anyway. And the other thing they did is they also had all their vegetables. So they had a whole vegetable set up for all the different vegetables and fruits and stuff that they can supply as well.
Oh, I can get fruit.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we had, you had mushmelon.
No, I was thinking like different. There's like, they had special fruit. They had dragon fruit one year.
This one had the pineapple, cantaloupe, honeydew. Yeah, which I don't need honeydew. And something else. Was it grapes or something? I think it was grapes. Yeah. So the grapes, which grapes are good for your dog. No, I'm kidding. Please do not feed your dog grapes.
If you didn't know already,
I was have somebody go,
it.
I fed my dog grapes because Dad's Rules podcast told me to.
No.
Don't. No, I didn't. Remember, I'm
grapes.
very sarcastic.
Don't feed grapes.
And we'll skip the one section that we went to. Then they had samples of energy drinks, which I clearly need more and more of. I was sampling like energy drinks and shots of coffee and they had a whole coffee bar too, to where all the different coffees that they supply. So they had a whole coffee bar area, which you drank that and said that
One was not good.
Well, yeah, because it was bitter.
It was like, but it was like a Diablo. I thought they said it had pineapple juice and like cayenne pepper. And I was like, no.
That sounds disgusting.
No, but their cold brew was the same cold brew that we get to, and that cold brew is so good. It is just, it's not bitter, it's clean, it tastes good, it mixes so nicely with the creamer. Oh man, it was so good.
Let's see. Good. Then we watched a chef off.
Chef challenge.
Yeah, chef challenge.
Yeah.
And they were given a sealed bag. And it's just like kind of what you see on TV. They get a certain amount of time to do it. There's 3 chefs up there. Sealed bag. They don't know what's in it. They can use ingredients outside of the bag because behind them is a produce fridge and there's all the spices and stuff back there. So you can use that, but they have to use everything in the bag. So the bag had sour cream. It had butter alternative.
Weird stuff.
Chicken, leeks.
There was that
lobster,
spicy thing, and I couldn't.
Some spicy, some spicy.
They were talking about.
It was
in New.
Yeah, but anyway, they had all this stuff in there, and then they have 30 minutes to try to figure it out, and it was kind of funny. It was entertaining.
Oh yeah.
And I don't eat lobster. So you can eat lobster because
No, but it wasn't for us.
So
Kill me.
it'll literally kill you.
It will not.
So if
literally.
I just for the rest of my life fed you lobster, you wouldn't die.
No, I wouldn't die, but I would be horribly sick.
You die.
It depends on how bad we're talking. I mean, yeah, if I
Yep.
sat there and ate it for a whole day, it might be not good.
Yeah.
Or
So
yeah,
like I said, lobster would kill you. Okay, so the event went till 4 o'clock.
Mhm.
What we found is that if you hit some of the places later in the day, you're accumulating goodies in your goodie bag throughout the day. Because at one point we did have to go back to the car because your app was saying the car was unlocked. It ended up not being unlocked, but we got to dump a lot of our stuff in the vehicle and come back. And then we hit the last of the stuff. And it was funny because we were going by some stuff and they're like, instead of giving you a sample can, they just give you a whole can. So we're getting whole cans of energy drinks and stuff. And you're watching me just slam the whole cans down.
That's why you stay the whole day.
So then what Melissa did early in the day is we were at this booth and it was a Dixie booth. And there was this item there that she goes, man, I've always wanted one of those in my house. And she just laughed.
Because I was like,
and the woman there said, oh, well, you can have it. Just come back at the end of the day. We'll just give it to you. And
I'm like, no, come on. She's like, yeah, no, you can take it home. I'm like, you're pulling my leg. She goes, no, seriously. She goes, just come back at 4 and it's yours. I was like, okay,
So we came back at 4 and show them what you got.
Okay, well, I stopped it back at 3 first, and I was like, I am still here. She's like, I've already told everyone that it's yours. I'm like, okay.
So this is the ridiculous thing we got for our house. This is this fine item here. That is a utensil dispenser for
it is
knives and spoons. So moving forward for Bible groups and eat out stuff, we'll be the ones.
It is full up to here, and they gave me spares. I'm like, are you serious? This is the greatest.
So
I don't want to shove back in. I'll just use it later.
that's what she said.
No.
So anyway, that's what one of the items we got. That there's a moral of the story. So people are going, why are you talking about all these things? Well, there is actually a business connection to all of this. Is that you do not get for what you do not ask. So if she had not asked for this, there never would have been an opportunity for her to get it. Plus, she asked first thing in the morning about it, and that's
early.
Yeah, because other people, I guess, had asked about it, and she got that. She also got some other stuff like what was it?
I just got a small stack of coffee cups and lids. They're just paper, but I'm like, I'll use them.
Like random stuff that we can use when we're hosting something. So that was kind of cool. And ridiculous.
The items in the corner with the special bag that they gave us.
Oh,
I think these are the first time I've had them. I think.
Yeah.
I don't recall ever having them before.
So there was this long line at this chocolate thing. We had no idea what it was.
Longest line I've ever seen.
Earlier in the day, and we're like, whatever, we're just going to skip it because it was just way too long. And I'm not standing in any line when there's other things I want to see there, and it's only a 9 to 4 kind of event.
And I didn't know what they were. We walked by them. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I mean, they look good, but I didn't know what it was. I had no idea what it was.
So we went by after 3 o'clock, and there was a line of like 5 people.
Yeah.
And so we got in line, and they hand out goodie bags, and we're there.
Oh,
and it ended up that it was bonbons.
Bonbons.
I always make fun of Melissa that she's sitting at home eating bonbons, smoking cigarettes.
None of which I'm doing.
And we finally found bonbons. So we're going to be eating bonbons on vacation.
Yeah,
we're going to take them with us.
I had a bonbon, and it was so good. And they're very pretty. They're like marbly. It's very cool. I don't know. It's good.
So the other cool thing that happened is that late in the day, I was like, there's no ice cream here. I'm really wanting ice cream. And I manifested ice cream. I walked back in. There's a spot I'd walked by several times, and there was 2 different spots to get ice cream on the one side. So it was gelato, and then it was ice cream sandwiches. So yes and yes. And then, because, I'm full, so of course I can eat these.
Yeah.
And then we went to the back section where all the equipment stuff that's available to purchase through Shamrock was at. And the guy walked out from one of them and he goes, "Do you want ice cream?" And he holds out a twist to me. And yeah, so I manifested ice cream.
Answer is yes. Yeah, I don't know how we missed that booth. It was at the front of the center. We walked in. Now, granted, it was like really wide, but I don't know how we walked back. Didn't see it. It was so crazy.
So,
Bye.
yeah, so it was a lot of fun, and I'd love to do it again. The big lesson I learned is pacing. Definitely need to pace next year. I was so stuffed on the drive home. I was like, oh, I don't feel good. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to throw up or not, which I didn't throw up. But I was so full, I did not eat the next day. It ended up being a fast day because I had no want or desire to eat food because I don't eat like that. And all it was is sample sizes of everything. It's not like it was full meals, but you know, when you put it all together, I'm like, okay, how much food did I realistically eat? Like plates and plates worth of food.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I didn't eat that much.
Yeah. So I guess we'll wrap it up. That was our Shamrock adventure. And to remind you once again that if you want stuff like this, you got to ask. All they can do is say no.
I think that's anywhere.
Yeah.
Not sure. Ask. You're no worse for the wear otherwise.
So if you like the show, like, share, leave feedback, comments, all that fun stuff helps the show grow. And go to dadsruleswag.com. And until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult I know you all can be. Okay, we were so fancy with all our effects on the new video software that you couldn't see this in the video. It's all blurry. So what is that so I can insert this into the video?
This is our new fancy dispenser. Forks, knives, and spoons. It's for real.
That burger was so freaking good. It was epic premium. That is so good. You're going to love that. Pumpkin spice eggnog. Yummy.
Listen, there's $500 on the line. That doesn't matter. There's a cleaver engraved. That matters a little bit more. But there's a lot of bragging rights that comes with this. And a lot of the chefs that win this competition come back and actually judge it as well, maybe in the years to come. So if you guys aren't too hungover from the welcoming party last night, are you too hungover from the welcoming party last night? I'll introduce you last. He doesn't drink. Okay. You're very serious. I love that. Okay. We'll be back. I'll be back. We're going to start over here and introduce our chefs.
Hey, what are you still doing here? Oh, I know. We're trying out some new technology. We added a bunch of new video clips to this, and you're like, I don't get this. Is this show over or not? Well, guess what? It is now over. It's officially over. You can now press play on the next podcast. Till next time, Daz Rules out.